Assalamualaikum badimolo ngamo be konta wato nal konta wala di ngami so dalien selamay bamba masla ala baroto ngami so dalie naki baroto kugujan keta yodi people tika biro channel YouTube momoy linko yin so do subscribe then share
ningala hakilo bakan nalas diamo nananga nga kuma kan itandi jannun ko Gambia dingolu molu be sonka jilen e kolo muta kam molu bulu nyin spenta kola e ko mfangola generalo Bakso Jaiteh Bakso is a disgrace. Bakso Jaiteh fintana na konte mu banko jawolati. Allahu akbar. Niaje Bakso Jaiteh be lo nona Gambia. Kante bamba maska de mu rasul kumande Gambia jawola. Adam barole osam. Nte boka Bakso danko. Bakso mu porocholti. Bakso is nothing. Bari alinga dun kacha kono domanding bari mbuka la fi kakangola halama dingola ngala fi sorry alhekatu
wala entina ngalla moy
alhekatu domanding ngani clear bang ko sumalo nyin audio men ka kuma upota min tole bari wala la alhekatu nya domanding ngani correct ba okay so même fon kumayata Gambia wala mo jama bi je maybe imalon Bakso Jaiteh ñol lon kan mo monati katu momo sondo mo be fate o bala ni entenem Bakso Jaiteh pesa ran kan hani bari bun jaba kunda Jaiteh kunda ila soko wallahi nala moliye nyaka sintele yateta oto deni ya fasa yelo laka entenem Bakso Kenya fa sawni bankola man kilem fa abadin ne kumandi jamme alon ko ka barin kono to le mu Bakso ka bama nim Bakso ngamira fo e falle mu bakilin fakilin diba ko dukare nga sabari ngana Bakso danko ga na general ola bara beti atale pour nga Gambian olu karandi Bakso ñol sifal Bakso iwo barin nim mamembe Angleterre alata kola ma fontela nga kayto di ala de par alata kola nga dema bakile fay kayto so e kontol man tara fenna nyim bankun kam Bakso Jaiteh diamu man dia doro bari mbela fele pour ila audio nyin nga play jang mulia moy men ya lon ko hakili malle muyti woliya tenteng ifongoli yete Bakso Jaiteh la moy ite me ya lon ko iko ikayaya jammele fasano ani ina ikana mendu fo yaya jamme mabbi hakente dunia fion adama baro adama ite moy fanjaw balati barali la moy bari ngam yanko
Thursday, Friday.
Okay. Badi ma len so domande. Len so domande. Bakso Jaiteh.
Kuma mesong siata, tapalo siata, ibe pintim pantan na kuma be fo siata, hasidiya siata, anyano siata. Mbota bamba masle la moikan. Esa, UDP ane Cairo bay banko walina al silafika banko ta ka fay futo kono adin hasidi dantan men be pati dol fanan This is a great achievement by ay president barola masakunda adu UDP alla kato pe al shati nyano nyame baral be batala wallahi albe mini nale tapal fale saje ko murieta Spain yes ngabamba mas moya ko sonko jilen desa e Allahu akbar sonko jilen officio membe ji ambassador at large passé ni Obama baji ala officio le beji al wo officio to kalanta yateji sobe ala beji kabirin si wo fon manke ni MOU la wala ni spenta ni dindingo tata a do koke a katoke aya a mitinolke anata ala company lo hali wato fon government is not coming up ala intention aninga nala partner sol kachata nyame in Spain to lift not less than 5,000 people ni MOU nata President Masakunda la MOU ya sign wonin kul man kelenji me yalon ko kuma be fo tapale wuli ya fo ibe ko dole mutala molbo altaje ba yati nyanje ba bamba mal dal mal fo ko lo ngal mal ke ko lo ngal frustrata tubabu dure albe hasidi yala alte banko fay no lo futo kono Obama ngamore ke janne benefitita iko ha ambassador la jayo container kon thanks to the almighty Allah container hayna lori sun bi fango monde abe fitla beta RBT ambulanciel me yalla kay promise ta tane tubi ibe futala they are on the road coming
bari Gambian kolu malla fi kanyin jabi no malla fi ka jabi ha bakari tonya lay kuma fo mu tonya tin tol frustrate tubabu du janne kuma mu tonya balati andul laftalen nanyin audio nyin aliya futande bakar jayta mala fay ko tonya la mun tol frustrate tubabu du la munem frustrate ndi tubabu du dingol le wuluta Gambia membe ko itolo wem frustrating the back andun Gambia dingol fanan kasong ike fam jindi alaye sikandi damen ikata ite bakar jayto nyola level ke lamoy wem frustrating the back bakar jayto ntebe wuli la kakelo ke Gambia e wato men nambe sanji mu wanne worol bimbe sanji tallulu anen fenkata worol bayindi ndebe wura la wato men na kalo banko e ka kelo ke Gambia e pour Gambia e bonyin tilimbali ya kono atolu ka mem fasa ete bakar jeyte ya jamme belon na lume ala jara soma mitinwa ayelo molu kono wala to ko nyina mu bakar jeyte biri lota kaitan di ya jamme la ko Adama Baro Bamba Mas Usenu Dabo UDP be bato nga fo UDP be ni ya jamme te banko sambanola dukara e boje APRC ko la tulo ala tulo lo nakmo la baki ndenen bakar jeyte man kilem ndum ba fula en ko munen tinna ya te suute mol ko faya katanda fawla ka bondi jutun na ya kono ka ke hadama dingoti otuma ka boli wa fola ka bolo na kuberol akolol wafi fola ban wolum mitin la do mol ka fay muna bakso e sabari tamanda belanda tambo fan fola fan ka faya jame ni mano boje ngamodo sayi woto mayka Adama men kumandi hino balafa kairo do kula barola woto man tol natile be kokle nyaaje biite be ibelo lay bentenenna itende wulonte kulfayl halam Adama me ye kulo fay ite wuloe Adama le ya sabo ite be won sonde man nyanna kete danko fan bari ye kumal le fo jamme alon ka kumayata bake munyante mira la bakar la kuma kan kono nali la moy albaje la ko Obama alon tan na Obama kuma fonna diamo kon Obama mon do kelete ndon naman affaire soto political ben na tema non abe yaya jam membe UDP sayni yaya jam pareta nyobala nim barole be nyola bari bakari ka kuma kan mem fo malon fa ka moyle ba Obama e ka ambulance ol men fo Obama man ambulance ni Gambia de hani Gambian society membe Spain wolle ambulance olu dani ya soto bari ngamira ali amoyle ba sankare ya fala diamo kono le itata bendulato Obama fanam beje bari he is ambassador at large ya fanam bula diamo tanje ndanga wo fango post le fam yo bari ateba fo kan ko Obama e ambulance ol samana Gambia pour que nati je siple sampata njay ñin Spain ta atela diamoto ning hakilima memba moyla Obama le ako be doku fom futata bito oto sila mobe man sakunda jayila wala manela Obama la doku wala mko molo nyanta Obama le jayila bakar jayt la diamoto Gambia dingulu nyanta Obama le jayila imanyan na mo koten to fara yalon koku faya sutandi to lakata kuwalla bari nga moyle Bakary Jaiteh a tele follow keta moti me alonko ay president Adama Barrow attack ndema Adama attack de Bakary le follow Adama attack
No. This is definitely what I have to. I am not less happy the way you are governing the country.
Aliya moyle Bakary Jaiteh bedde amukan angale kanola ako President Barrow ka banko samba nyamen ando abe kolesono lo kono wato de ala nyin audio fo mamme bagi aka man kontani Barrow ka banko samba nyamen silante nim Bakary be ka kuma kilon la foko defana man kontani Barrow be banko samba kan nyamen maybe Bakary lafta ya samba nyamen itole ya jamme samba ndi banko la nyamen lafta puru Barrow banko samba la nyamen maybe ndelu lafta Barrow ya samba nyamen wala mu jannibe fonninke wol bondi la Gambia ki samba Spain kata Spain ko kendalam ndanga wo fom fonne nsaita kan ngafo bari janne Gambia di wol bita Spain president nyanta sila ayemira ko o fonninke wol mun tolla lebo force ndolbe jikri wolle la bi ndolla mira loto wolle mun na samati wolle nyanta banko nyin tankandila wolle nyanta banko sembo mu wolle ali la moyen
salam de Suleiman
Suleiman ifana nata protest
ya nata protest la
ite lon kam mo nati nyen draft constitution o me yalon ko 2024 2020 ngajelo ko yo drop le 2024 ya murundi nan ko tanke ite lon kam mo nati
and the long movement the people with the people savings let them use the state cover wisely. They should not be there misusing our state cover because the Gambia belongs to the Gambian, those at home and abroad. You understand? So Yimbanko Abitaka Nyama Mamu Kumpa, who feels it knows it, Mobe Alan and Yimbanko Abitaka Nyame. Leaders all like us team up in collaboration with the citizens themselves because President or President Kafola Sotobala Mealanko, they lead you good or they lead you astray. When we are talking about government here, many people, can misuse or misinterpret. The government is different from a political party. A government is the ruling party. You understand? But the moment it is Banco Mara, you belong to no political party. You belong to the whole Gambians. The government is different from NPP. The government is different from UDP. The government is different from NPP, PDIS or any other political party. When we talk about government, We are talking about the people with the people's savings and the people with the people's rights, that they should exercise rightfully, Adama Barrow, I compete promise. We are not talking about the 1997 constitution that is ruling the Gambia today. We leave that one aside. We are talking about the word they put between their teeth during the campaign period. This is the word we are talking about. You can pass 25 subjects. If you fail your supreme education, you fail everything. Supreme education, so untola leaders on Kajelako is intelligent, is wise, but ila supreme education, you can fail. That is good attitude. Because ning attitude daji ka kendo beje masakunda le katanya me manya na katao nyama ita ta morla molla fengle ka ka diate nyame ita ta ko kala me ita febo ay banko dungol febo you don't care me ita febo ita wala care you sol fele jang 44 Gambians died 2 days back in the Mediterranean Sea nin 207 people dunda mole kontane kadu Europe that doesn't mean that you succeed. This is not the way forward. What next they do is a strategic plan with the collaboration with the Spanish embassy or whatsoever. That co, if you sold somebody la porque samba Spain yata do kola. Ala for a code that is called human smuggling, human trafficking. I call it that way because he itan the banko dingol la ko. Itala banko funding chawli ime keno fenti te keno la fenti. Bari be samba la adult pour wali ke fenti. It's a big shame that ndala for father sol gulu time banko la kang. It's a shame that ndala for gulu time banko la kang. It's a shame that mama be sare ndi banko la kang because ni banko gida kan silo me ananga man cheku. Ila funding kewle men yango they are the economic superpower of your nation because every nation if you have superpower your youth is the #1 superpower of your nation. If you have gun you don't have use your guns cannot be used against your poverty. Your guns cannot be used against the criminal against you. You understand? So Nyimbanko Bedam Kula Mokumpa. It's the right time Prunga Adama Barrow uproot. Ala fire attitude change. Attitude can be changed in a night. Nine Kumakamo, Ayla Sinota, Asimira Baka, Gambia Dumula Kumakala. We don't care about the majority. We don't care about the people that come here. We don't care about the amount of people that are here. We care about the words we are taking out between our teeth, given to the president. Put I use wisely. I am Mola Kumamoi. Funding Lebe Fakang. We are losing. Back way we don't gain nothing out of there. We gain loses. Individually someone can win, but collectively as a nation we lose. We lose every.
Badin Gambian kolo ale nyim funding ke o moyla. Nye kuma kan mem fo hakilima be nyanta sila ya mira baki. Ala fo Bakar Jaiteh mfon la general ko. Nyimu dindi merenati membe diamu kante. Bare akadiamu nyame niamu iba mira la ko ke bale belor nga koma wole ka fa akadunga kungo kono. Ke ba hakilo akawala. Kanna funding ke wol samba Spain wo mu banko e maloleti. Bare Bakar ko hannen tol fata wo be kelale. Akamonte toluka funding ke wol encourage la ko albe fundi ale banko filay tinya. Nim men tata tubabu du ikala file puriya kodo ki Gambia yeta bungoloje yeta jedoku. Momo sila nim mote Gambia mennu nyanta Gambia topotola ite o bungo mello asikeno le fon kafuta je fon avec les problèmes because korda dol be je wolu jam fata silola andon sila do kulal mu funding ke wala ke balte silo do kuno isembo mano isembo tano la sembo ke bayata mbita Senegal le ngata mulu nyinin je pour na wodo ko Kenya yaje president Barrow la diamo kono wato men na kabula nyomin kolla ka fo wollel ka alqur'ano karan pour hakalan silo kana do ku ayo contract ko di Senegal company la no molbe Gambia la menu si silo do ku no menu ka NPP fan support wolu si Gambia di ngolu tanu do ko wala le ifana ne do man len soto be men sambale la dimbal bare Bakar Jaiteh ñol la stratégie mu menti wala mu ka Gambia di ngolu forcer foire yakon Bakar Jaiteh fon la diamo kono mba appelé la jang ako biriyate ke deputy governor ako secondary school certificate le babu biriyake deputy governor because ya jame uka jube fo karanda fo mankara akwaye do ko menke hani kabi ala record sol be jele to nyala ala record sol be jele because Bakar Jaiteh ko la woro soto wo record sol be jele Bakary Jaiteh man la fi bi kala kumo kaca bake lafta pour ka baro na la man national puntum pantan ne yamari ñim fondinke ko kuma kamul men fo ala kuma kamul la moya nin hakilo la bake
everything because moment ka fa amount figo moment ka dum it doesn't even make sense. Hello sister alafo baro ko fondinke the youths are not happy. We see people talking against him before. Now they are in the same class with him, saying that the youths are happy. We are not happy. Our brothers are dying in the Mediterranean Sea. Our brothers are down there in Tunis suffering hunger, sicknesses. Government nana man finta morning ke 2 days back more tan nani anin nani wala fada Gambia dingo. President nana man finti 200 people fada jane. President nana man finta morning period dia mo dia ko la ko nyin kada banko e sunote. So molla suno individually he don't care about it. What goes around comes around. What I'm feeling is okay.
Ya jele nyin kende mo aniyo ku yata bake. Andong nyimu kuleti me alon ko nyanta sila kamira bake. Fondin kewlo mo keme Gambia dingol. Abe fata tile kilim bakono. Man president jay finti nanka state address. You know that demonstration on Lumeng. A day before that, more than nani Gambia dingol abe funding ke. Wole fata bakono mo makumo. Ndolbe lose kanne. Ndolla banko be tunen kanne. Andong mo buka ko diama. Mo be nyaka salale as if fem mantara caring. Do mandiwol menu be Gambia nimme to nya fodron e ko ite mu banko jawoleti ite man la fi banko la kayrola Bakary Jaiteh nyol dalta fo la ko tol mu Gambia jawolelti bare tol nga mennatin ko bi wala nyantam ma ko la pour ka banko dada itol ni wala kafta nyoma pour ka tinya again aka Fabakary Tombong Jatta mem fo Fabakary Tombong Jatta biri yake speaker of the National Assembly adingol mo nani I will ta ay dundi do kola National Assembly. Bi ay mo fula bonda ay wol samba American in Canada. Ama menno jamela wato kono. Ay wole no barola marlo kono. And ay mol adimol menu bondi je ay adindol le say wol fanan noto. Bakary Jaiteh nyol ka wala fasa. O sifal o ku sifal. Ni ajube ka Gambia dul samba cheap labor la anyanta det la 2025 le andunga njikita nyina ko ni ala yendema inyanta molu bulala jere men be ko alaji bambo nyol kato alaji bambo fondin ke wala mo afana mbela fela pour kata ka fenso to kana ka bunkendo lo aya fanna fa sama njay mané nyolu. You know, ya deserve le pour katra force badge kono. Tonya ni ku ya wartalde ka na young citizens are being shipped to be employed in another country as farm hand harvest fruits and vegetables. Ke samba cheap labor la bantala bankoka. But all it's not my business. Aman kentela hajeti. Nte all memen kuoto doron wala muniba akela yake transparently ay tiling. Funding ke wala nyanta alon nale ibedun kam mune kono. What type of work, salary scale, safety measures, duration of their work cycle. E nyanta obelo nale. Ning athara tate baile nyanta talale. Funding ke wala nyanta nyimbelo nale. Bari ninga manke organized monitored program ti it will be abused nsi wo fanam fo nola nde Gambia la ko kata nyameng it is already a pity that the next president member Saila Adama Baronoto wala ko nyanta mo be mira lale because banko nyimbe tembo mento national puntum pantang inila APRC kafo ebe dinko men sinkan a beroto soto la Gambia hande nga konkolu bele tey pour kawo berolu use kawo dinkolu suki. I hope the workers who are being recruited will learn the skills and be ready to come back home and apply the acquired skills they will learn in Spain, picking apples, berries, etc. Ngawo mira le de fondinkol men be kila Spain ibe karandila skills ol men yalon ko ni murtanan ibe o skills ol apply no lale kan na banko nyin develop barenna ex koto buro ala ko kambala fa bag. He could have been the best president. Naya tara ay courage soto no. Ay nyin liva nyim aya mostano to stamp on corruption. Na tara ay corruption o keleno. Baro chooses to pick and choose or remain silent. Baro ndesan. That is why it is now a competition in Barrow's government. From his ministers down to the local government officials, down to even watchmen, grabbing anything they can lay their hands on that would turn into money. Bimbe tembo mento competition ole be barola man sakunda kono. Momo bulo lata me omen kan hani samatole ni sa wafina sikodo simadron you grab it and sell it. Tarnishing every image of the country. Modol ba fala ko ni Spain taketa molte abskon la. Malo ni malaika jumale diamuta me kuma konfoy because malaika buka jinam kotenki. Jumale be o garanti la ko ni nyum fondinke wol fu baj folo tata wolte ite yeman na Spain kono. Mfawlu nga jele na Banjul South NPP Councilor. Woltata triple la drong Austria o Belgium a yemanta. Moli carte o fay councilor meye national puntum pandang. Abe silo nyinin kampura be banko bula nola nyame wala na lota kansulo yala bira o silo soto rata do ayemanta kuma buka faje mo be nyina ta kola because mol ka fala ba fututa ninyim fondinke ole chansoro moto murana comme sural ka fanyo me ko nyan yalla bu anda amin sural ka mena nyan yalla bu anda ak amin ala dano men amin ya rabbi benda abe kile wolte ni silo soto nota hani killing ate muruna because if ananu lafta fenela mo be jiko bota Gambia la mo be hope lose Gambia tole ali wo fo nyuniye men kon tolmu banko jawlete ala fo e ko tonya tubabu dumbe te momentum man ten kunno ala fo bakso e kon te dimmantara Gambia hani killing andum man sakunda man din samanan tubabu dum fa wala ngay be samana no tang anin killing nga wala bondi Gambia ndeni bakso Kenya fatata baki nga respect because mole mati abe kuru yala barabu ka babo yalo ye jawo long wala fisata inyingo menke nene abe kinna be fela. I wish them luck menu bita Spain. However, I'm aware that there are already a minimum of 15,000 undocumented Gambian immigrants in Spain. Ndenga alon ne ko Gambia dingo membe Spain kaito te membula siata mo will tanne luluti. Nim mansa kunda ning atra mansa kunda kendolem. Ika ibe negotiation okela pour wole kaito soto. Bayri wolbe te moment wolbe Spain kan karankan already. Andi be documental jobs all ke kan Spain le already. Inyanta fero ke la wolle la kaito e soto ye contract soto ye contract certificate sol soto ni wolta ya soto mol menu tuta koma isa fo kon sol kafu ka mol bondi Gambia bari ta ke la wonyamade ibe la fla pour ka nyin use politically isa je sa fo mole ko alna ale kafu NPP ba kata kan Gambia nol ba Gambia fo ndinki wala atolle dala Gambia funding kewol atolle dala e nkoto ma diamuta jang nkoto kende me ya lon ko mbala diamo findindira jang aliyela mo yala ay kuma kende balfo mbe na tila jang aliyala moy
Uncle Falan Sonko fana nata mabe protest ninto nimbe draft constitution for right now membe National Assembly table local ndafta ka do tela stand mo munati wa draft constitution
ya fo usbila min ashaitan rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim alhamdulillah rabbil alamin alhamdulillah rabbil alamin alhamdulillah rabbil alamin assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh bin se wota baki pour kana mabe jang ka na nyin yusol bawo kabringa mo ko lafta protest le kala pour ka itande ko draft constitution o nyonta burla namba aketa nyen ni kuyati
alila moy fala la kende
balafa kato munen niyo kuya munen sunu munen balafa kabrin tolbe fintila nin solo sanden anin lamaro dilet solo sanden alma kafarni de makalay anin dilet lamaro ma mira nunko Gambia sitrani sutu soroto by this time under Adama Barrow's leadership awo moli ye niolela mol tata kasola ye molu lipa fo ye fa ite na te site ni wol bebe non particulier nka kuma men fo nun kunu mune falinta ye 116 million spend document men kunna iko ite lafta legacy la iko constitution from men be jang no deda drum menu man bete aje because you change about 50 something times menu man bete aje ngawol fali ko hani ite lafta legacy le lafta la on constitution le la ye Gambia be nyininka itata diaspora ye Gambia dingol be nyininka Gambia dingol be la miro inata ima falim fem fan kam fo ko two time because of itel fa ko Gambia ko le sanji sabayte be wole kala ye interview te ko yo danga doylu ibe sanji sabale kele yamuru la business oto je iko ibe sanji sabale kele yamuru la business oto yena constitution of because of two time ni wo me wasa mune be wasa la kotenke kaburdin ko drama wole be wasa la fenta ko no fala na manke kaburdin ko amalo warta abala fa warta wala tan fanan ko nga finti nga fatana jambari Gambia la ko yemiro wala yembala fa bak especially Gambia funding kewol funding kewol li ninke bal sila hajo bula mol sila hajo bula ko banko la ko nka kelal tol funding kol maye pour al tol la sama alli ñina na president ba ñadu na lale because aliya itandi la ko alla banko man jarale fenna hadama digo la banko ti la banko ñanta jarale fenna bi a ñanta men kala bi funding kol ye men fo Gambia wala ñanta kala Gambia bar funding kol ñina mun tela men problem ti mol be fala mol be ko be taki pour al tol funding kol la sama bar nin ko ku wulta nin funding kol ye komandiro ke ite ño funding kol jela mune be keri ngamira auto funding kol alda ma ñanta ño ñinin kala wala le aliyal fande da ku ke bang ni lafta banko le la banko kajari ye fennela bari ta lafta banko le la banko manjari ye fenna fo diamu kenso fo rumol to diamu kenso wala be problème on solve la Gambian kolo alinga natu geda ngana banko bondi banko be tunen kanne ndumbe tan mitaka nte nyame nte tuno la tende banko be tunen kanne woto funding kol alal te ositali ke bakilin fakilinte aliyelo alla banko ye aliyalla banko bondi alto le babondi nola ntol kalto le danda wallahi bi ntol nyanta talan lalan na soko no ngamisro mutade na tasabo bar ni aja hadika bi mansino lafta funding kol la sama landigol ni mamarigol bar funding kol albe munela alle bi nyanta tar la jambe be fari
ali en koto la kuma kaw moyle Falan Sonko ñinen solo sande ñol fintita ila kata kole Adama Barrow ke president bi solo fatale lammaron fatale solo kurman fatale Ibrahima Janko fatale sukay dahaba ñol fatale nse konti le nge konti ye mennu buute femi Peters ñol wol be fatale anu ñulle akata ilota iko ibajela le ko electoral reform ay don Gambia Bakari Jaiteh ñolu wolu ko iñante falale ila faman kuyaye ni wol ko kana awju billahi mina shaitan rajim ka alquran kulof Gambia dingul fanan kana son ike lamoy nte man Bakari bulem nte nanata Bakari Jaiteh bulem lan ka fay na fan na general Gambia dingul la kunta ya nte ka wole bala fa katu ki na ba nyama bi Falan Sonko ñol solo sande ñol la dimbayalu mbal hakilo bulandi la court case la menketa no Gambia between the state versus Chief Ibrahim Mane. Ya muta imamuta dalil kam ya samba ya bulani moto kono ya lipa ya kumote ya fa. Gambia court wolia claim ko inyanta la family jola inyante compensate lale because ya muta le illegally ya mabo illegally woto Gambia nyanta Chief Ibrahim Mane compensate lale. Bari birin Gambia court wo kiti oke Gambia mansa kunda e bang iman son pour que Chief Ibrahim Mane ka makoy wara iman son pour que Chief Ibrahim Mane ka jo ye ban far iman Chief Ibrahim Mane jo iman Chief Ibrahim Mane la family compensate 2008 Gambia court ordered the government to release Chief Ibrahim Mane, who was unlawfully detained, and compensate him and his family $100,000 in damages. From the bimento, Chief Ibrahim Mane ala family mawokodo soto. Andunga mira Gambia be nyanta mansakunda bari mansakunda wakati wa noto le molle kafaling. Katu ya jambe tilimbale almenike bi Adam Barrow la mansakunda be dole compensate kan. Wote Chief Ibrahim Mane la family fana nyanta compensation soto lale. Katu ye mome muta imamuta dalili ka ya fa like a dog. Nimbakar Jaiteh nyoluka ikada soto no ikadiam. Asimo balafa. Asimo balafa baki. Bimbete momento. President Barrow molu manyinin karo keno atata munela Morocco. Akita private trip to Nyao. The president does not have any privacy. Head of state na be finti la banko kang kata banku doto, that shouldn't be private. Asita no private trip lale, but ala trip Gambian should know. Because what the lilo by law, lu ala karola. Ndema mfellonde. Wala na Gambia Mansakunda has to announce the departure date a day before. Because legally, that is how it should be. But why did the government fail to tell us Muntumalem President Barrow be Murla Nankabo, Morocco? Because that is very unusual. President Barrow is triple menkenun kata Congo, and in Kaliluwage, Ima announced. But Gambian people, ya ko kiskis la foya long. And même for inja hala beti, President Barrow memu chairman of the OIC, the extraordinary summit menyanta kela in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, President Barrow mantaratala atenla. Ngamire konyela ko President Barrow lemu OIC chairman. Sai natana news je kibarol je be janjang kang ko OIC nyanta extraordinary Islamic summit sotolale. Inyanta Israel aggression against Palestinians will discourse la daming. Menyanta kila at the invitation of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Munana Saudi Arabia nyanta o report la. Bepare igla report kono yake je ko Saudi Arabia in its capacity as the chair of the Islamic Summit. Why is Gambia, Meya Lonko Atelemu, the entire chairperson of the whole OIC, not mentioned? Manantin neman Gambia tofuji. And currently, meeting nyanta kelas nyin dimasin alale 28 Rabi al-Thani 1445 nyanta kela 12 of November 2022. Anyanta kela Saudi Arabia le. Bari woman wote keno la dimaso ti because dimaso bi mu dimaso le bi mu karotil taneti. Woto talata no la wanyanta kela nin karotil tanim fulalem November karotil tanim fulalem. Yo bari President Barrow mantara wo atenla. Instead atata Morocco le on a private visit. President Barrow tata munela Morocco. Mbenga jele menketa makisala. Anun kendi way leta men safe President Barrow emba leta karan na jang. Leta nying is very, very important. Nasa lamoino. Abe kumayala baki. Nasa lamoino. Mbelaban na alaj bora la ko kacha kanne. Bare nim President sinyin leta nyin lamoino. Abe kumayala baki. Dear Mr. President, ite banko nyatonko. Please give me a chance to advise you a little today. Lukare yamfum mange ya mari demanding B. Because I do not think your appointed advisors would do that. Ma mira ila ya marla lube ya marla. Mr. President, having looked at Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia as case study, nga Ghana jele, Liberia, Nigeria nge jele, ibe nyameng, I have seen the sweetness of having former presidents residing in their country. Nga jele dia membala, President Koto be sabatirim banko kang. Wo dia tabak, nga wo dia je, nga je Ghana le, nga je Nigeria le, nga je Liberia le. They are much loved, respected, and glorified. Molie kanubake. President Koto le menu be siro banko loka. I was one time in Ghana, nana benu Ghana le, when late former President J.J. Rawlings came across traffic jam and decided to be the traffic officer. J.J. Rawlings aboring kola President Yala abe moto kona aje ko traffic ko bebe blockering. Afon finti la lota silo kanka motolu fenke kake traffic polisoti. His singular action to organize the traffic that night went so viral in Ghana with lots of love as if he was still president. Alawo manya da mai Ghana dingulu kontani molbe ba kacha katata viral molba kumo fokam. That was so sweet, Mr. President. Others were happily living there and celebrated every day. Bankudol to ila president will be happy be sirinje ila balu will be diaring. Take Nigeria for an example. How many former presidents are still living in Nigeria? Yes, my dear. Nyancho inimbar. Muli bunya baki. Go to Liberia. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and George Weah are today going about their business happily with no one going after them. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf may yaya jameka call as chair of the ECOWAS. Amantra president yala bibara be sebatiring Liberia. Koni na ex-kotoburo ila mwe. Mol me kong. Wo George Weah men saida no do fana be sabatiring Liberia le. All this were because they respected their citizens. Nyimbe ni aje be sabatiring je Cairo kono ye la banku dingul le bunya. Whether they perform or not. Foi do ku kendo ke fomake. Woman kumaya banku dingul fe any longer because ye men feel wala mu nyinte ko ñun be siri wato men ye mbuña le na ñanto dinnale ye la tam savle after they handed over power to who the citizens want ye banko di mu lafta me ye sayi not ite bete sukusuko kam men kan ite koto ex koto boro wala mu ikana so yebo president yala kana bo president yala make so memo be sayle noto wo kana ke moti membe kisikisila ebe sila la kiskisiro la nyadi la ngamirete la ko ni boda jehani bututo itatar la yata. We have also seen what happened to Alpha Conde. Yaja ka example fulole di. Nganyin do notaje be sire la bankol kay be Cairo kono bari ngajele Alpha Conde fana membe marling gina Conakry la Macky Sall mem marta Senegal yaya jame Macky Sall mem marta Senegal la ani yaya jame mem marta no Gambia lete sayta men noto wol keta nyame Mr. President. With all the powers they had one time controlled, today they are nothing. All because they choose to disrespect that power and the values of their citizens. Akaiko, wadalilo kang yemanya sifal menuke. My boy, Mr. Bojang inimbara. Yemanya sifal menuke, ye daji ka sifa, daji kanta ya menke. Ila bankolo kang Alpha Conde, Macky Sall, ani yaya jame. Adelilo ya tinne man sabatino la bankoka, menu sabatite la bankoka, imantare fon lo bulo kono. As recent as close-door neighbor Macky Sall. Akayeko, Mr. President, but I said tears. The first time I saw Macky Sall struggling to communicate with his supporters via WhatsApp. akay ko nyaajo bota bi nga Macky Sall je ak koleata bul pour anala support zone men be Dakar atebe Morocco pour aniye communicate aniye kachano akay ngawo sifaje ya jamme fananale bira ko ala mobile o mantara bete aring me yemira ya jamme nala symbole bela andu wobe molu men ya lon ko wala ka ya fasa nun ala o tilimbali akan bi wolel be bato Mr. Drame Nimbar Bakso Jaiteh nyol sifal akay ko there are lessons to be learned okay if this is not enough lesson for you Mr. President I don't know what would be ninyi mankete karambundati malo munebe kele karambundati Mr. President I know your advisors would tell you that nothing has legally barred you from seeking another term which is true Macky Sall did the same thing but the citizens of Senegal said no akay ngalo ne ko menu be ya American wol kono man fa follow sunya rola wol ba fole ne ko kana bo president yala tuje akay bo mu tonyalti because banko la loi me banno pour ikana lo banko la loi me ban isi lo non akay bari Macky Sall fanan Senegal banko loi ma ban bari Senegal dingul kati kela most Gambians from survey I saw from Cyprus and Afrobarometer all indicated that majority of Gambians wanted nothing more than 2 terms for any president apart from Yaya Jammeh. Akay ko banko dingul be ibe kambente la ko moma nyanna Gambia mara la sinyafu la katambala kabo Yaya Jammeh la malla fi kotenke moy mara Gambia banko kan katambi 2 term la akay ete 2 term la ke be forcé kay be nyori kan ndema lon ibadi ngul be dame. One thing I know, Mr. President, even if you choose to contest and win 2026 election, Hanni left Mr. President, he left a Purkalo, he left a 2026 election, he gagné. Mr. President, I will tell you one thing. It is going to be your worst term. Katambi be in term men. If 2026 ni lota Hanni gagné, ta wole be kelela worst. Okay, because power would have consumed you. Okay, sembo be kununale. Sembo warta hadama diwote akay ni sonte itata tamla sembo be kunun nale Mr. President and you would be completely blinded about the plight of Gambians. Gambia di la kote kele fenti koteke because imam menke no sanji tang ite oke no la sanji kemet. That would not be a good ending, Mr. President, if you wish yourself good, not to be like Yaya Jammeh. Because Mr. President, we saw when you were in the UDP as an opposition, when Yaya Jammeh was bragging that he would serve 1 billion years as president with all his powers. But Gambians decided enough was enough and chose you to lead them to defeat Yaya Jammeh. Mr. President, if you ignore the wishes of the Gambians and choose to contest but you lose, that will be your fate. Amidst all the corruption scandals during these 2 terms of yours. Ni mamulok mammo kendo la yamaro mutafana itate lota. Iman gagné. Wala famo be wasla. Because corruption be hanging la man sakunda konole. Mr. President, I'm not sure if you will see this advice. Malla ko benna kuma kamoila. But if you do, please complete this term in peace and facilitate the conduct of a free and fair elections in 2026 and then sit and enjoy your life here in the Gambia without any fear. Kay ko ni benna kuma kamoila. Carte final la dukar ite da bonni je carte fa organize. Momo ganyeta ye banko hand over ye sila kairo kono ni la dimbal. Being a student of political science, political science students, I've learned that power only belongs to the people, and most leaders who force themselves on their people through coup d'etats or illegal consumptions or changes or in the name of the law has not stopped me, ended in the humiliation. Akai ko ngamen koros inte mo political science karandi ngol ta kay ngamen koros sembo bu molle tati. E Gambia di ngola nafiki ya jele Gambia di ngola kasong ay lo ay carte o nyini mol bulu na ya soto akana mabo ala koma kafo ala le nke jang sa nyina ta mollal ala buka carte o fay ala daten to lay kunta ya dunia ko bari nka kamala ala nga Facebook live do jube fonninke obe diamola mbadu ngaju be fomba soto no la jang abe diamola ako ate ka suñaro la keno malla fi pour ka expose jande bara ka ate ka suñaro la keno ikaje sobe ka suñaro la ako e hande ka suñaro ako e bari ngabulal ku kendende mecce kendende ako en ka korketo lo so nga jolon nang ha ako en ka korketo so nga jolon nang
nene la video do
ande ko ke tan ko min yen
ana wala ye youtube ka fa ko ita mun sumbaldi
anga bula man kame jadi ya lo sai mo bula man cikaro bula da jabo ma je kontan ko min je bute no ye pa no ya no ko daga no bara ngabula la sai won kame jadi ya do bi jamon chakana la don ya so ta te do bi ya ye bula je do bi ya ile pa ye pa sai ngabula daga cikaro bula da ja
sai cikaro bula
ngabula la man kame jadi non guedi no gudu eta ga yido ko ke wala mo beta eta cikaro to le mo dan wala mo beta ngabula da man kame jadi no
ko ni wonte fay biti la
si fa no nga long almale be tankal
waro you a big thief
ko tan wala mo tan ko ko
ita muleke
bundal katika la bidi
only home
ko bidi ko ke do ko ji
no you joking
woni di almale yamba bo sa ngabule mo ko
iko ko ke rojari
ka so ka ji
ko do
leja
banni ka jibu ke mira ko ni emuna
no ko mun ko bira ko ala ke kanan ko ala so na ka wala be so ngere ba tenti wele
ya ale ñi moyle yalo malla be pour ka ñi ñi kendi wala ñi expose bari karam bundala akata musumbalti akodo ma ka korketo sola jina ikay ko je ikawo ke ko alala kam ma ko yalo yara fanan sul fanan kamira alala ke ma ko ni mutay ko setan lam bari alim be nga duwa ñim fondin kewe bayra kay suñaro bula alama alaya ñatilinde ku kendela même bate fona fala abala sama dadal alama ay mennu toñen alama alaya ke yamfunoma Mr. Cham he exposed himself in Facebook. No, of course, but he's been honest. Yalo men kuma ya drong ayetilin ne akaka sunyaro kele am amenu akonte musumbala tunu ako bari ngabula la manke meje kende wo mu ku kendele ti pour moyo moy mola yafo afo ya ja fayya e tubi ila Allah tawbatan nasuha alay ya mar wala ya ayyuhalladhina amanu tubu ila Allah tawbatan nasuha alquran way wala fanye so nim mo tubita ese kontani no len tol misimol amanke jele kuti moye lo akonte ka korketo solo nun ka jolo molu kanki la fenlu sika that they sweat for moli e taray mendo ku ite mola korketo fango kuntu ye jolo nga ite nyom mo fatiyar mo fango mansia ando anyon lebe sunyaro la ko ya bula mechente ise fano le fon wala na biri kay ko je imam tuske la ko ala la kam fasa ala badin Gambian kol alinga singa na banko mira bang ngana dino la sama mira baki nyin kuo amu fennete me alon ko nyanta sila nga ko nyin kacha ndolle mu banko dingolti ndum be banku ding mo tante Gambiati yalo nga moyle modol be demonstration dulato ibe Ismaila Sise Jabila niw ko yata baki ha bayrin dolu ka kuma fo na oncle Sise Forest wen niw ko ya baki ha bari badi ulo alingana alaji bora la kachala ba alaji bora Gambia kiti bunda ba ye mansakunda ning IGP order puri alaji bora jo dalas wili kemelulu $500,000 ko yala nyanto le tinya. The High Court in Banjul, presided over by Justice E. Jaiteh, on Friday delivered a verdict in the lawsuit of Alaji Bora and Inspector General of Police, declared that $500,000 compensation should be paid in favor of the applicant. Birabe Kitio Kuntula, Justice Jaiteh ko Alaji Bora sisoho, ikafme ko Bora, ala detention was unconstitutional, anid luwa manta. Yala hadamadi ya nyanto tinya, he underwent inhuman treatment in the hands of the police. Police oli yala hadamadi ya nyanto tinyale. walantin na kote oda ke ko IGP anyante fonyola arbitrary arrest nin detention olale kato menketa alaji bora la case to is not just andong ya oda fanan ko alaji bora la iPhone 13 Pro Max ya murunda kan with immediate effect Jojo ko police are duty bound under an obligation to protect the fundamental rights of every citizen in the Gambia. No person's rights should be violated with impunity, and it is totally unacceptable in a democratic society like the Gambia. Jojo la kiti ota memfo. Ako hadama dingola nyanto manyan na tinyala. Kato police ol wolle nyanta luwa tamandila. Oto kamala ko. Alaji bora Gambia dio Gambia ding alay hadama di ya nyanto nyanta bunyala le. Ngalo ne Bakso Jaiteh nyol mina folal ko. Imagine sa imbaro buka case wini. This is not about Barrow. Barrow ko atimu Democrat lade. Woto na kiti bundalu ninni mansa mambeng. Mansala sembo wartan tolti nyanta nyatil na mintol la kiti bunda. Ando hani kabiring dictatorship wato kono. Ninni mansa dunta nyolanka nyatil kiti bunda lela. Nani hakilo baka alaji bora ya samba police custody. Police ol ya bula sielo kono. Kabo October karotil nani kata October karotil tang 2023 serum without being charged and arraigned before any court of law. Wamu violation oldi. Nye muta inyanta sambala kiti bunda nyati lola. My student, thank you Mr. Kante. Inimba. Yaita niko. The Inspector General and Ministry of Justice paid the sum of $7 million as damage for unlawful breach of fundamental rights by detaining him beyond the constitutional limit. Borai men claim komansa nyanta jola $7 million lelani Minister of Justice. Aman 7 million no soto, but I have $1 million soto. Andong imanyana mo detain la beyond 72 hours. Kome nga kif Ibrahim Mane la case fale nyame. Andong bora la case manke the first and would not be the last as long as police continue to be used as a political tool for victimization of political opponents. Alaj bora la case tekela la bounty. Na la hakilo bakang IGP was ordered to pay 40,000 compensation to victims for unlawful detention August Karokono 2021. Justice Alexandra Oseitutu, member Gambia la Banjul High Court, Talata Lungo, July Karotil Mwani Warawula 2021, a Inspector General of Police ordered prior Mr. Sylvanus Johnson compensate $40,000. Mr. Sylvanus Johnson about Dobson Straightly in Banjul, who was arrested and detained for 13 days without any charge or appearing before any court of law. Yes, Yamuta police selo kono fastil tanin saba ima charge. Nala hagilo baka last year July karo kono Justice Osei of Kanifing High Court I mansakunda order pour compensation di Momodu Kamarala, a robbery suspect being wrongfully detained at Mile 2 Central Prisons without trial. Momodu Kamara yate tumi kai sunya rolke. Bari yasamba Mile 2 iye mansakunda order pour ya jo dalasi wili kemenani. He was arrested for an alleged robbery and was detained by an order of remand by Kanifing Magistrate Court on 7th of May 2021 at Mile 2 Central Prisons to the 1st of June 2021. According to Kamarala application onying, Mansakunda ya detained yala hadamadi ya nyanto beti nya Mile 2 prison and atea feel ko wakiti onyi was unjustified and unconstitutional and violation of his human rights. Bari Mansakunda balanta walale walantina Kamara ye Mansakunda samba kitio. Court ko Kamara ye memfo wala mutonyati. Ala hadamadi ya nyanto manyan na tinyala oto kamala Mansakunda nyanta juso nyabula dalasi wili kemenan lela. Badi ngamiankole in August falkaro kono 2021 kiti bunda e oda ke kotenke pour ye compensation o ke wili keme wil talula for unlawful arrest. Justice Aminata Sise wole wo order pass pour Mansakunda e plaintiff nyinjo for unlawful arrest.